Hi, it's Morgan again, and welcome to my channel. I want to share some experiences with you um, that I feel to do with the spiritual world and your loved ones, and of course the Lord. Um, about 20 years ago, it all started when I was working in an office, and I said to my colleague, sorry, no, before I said to my colleague, we were talking about a colleague that I hadn't seen for a long time, somebody that I used to work with, and we drifted 2, 3 years before, and for some unexpected reason came into my mind. I just thought about her. I hadn't thought about her for 2, 3 years, and I was talking to my current colleague about her, and then about an hour later, I said, I'm just popping across the yard to get a sandwich food. So off I go, and I walk into the main building. I'm just walking along the corridor, and I suddenly hear this voice shouting my name. Hi, such and such. And I turned round, and I was shocked because there was this girl that I used to work with 2, 3 years before that I suddenly thought about out the blue. There she was. She was working for this company that I'm now working for. And she said, Hey, how are you doing? I said, Wow, what are you doing here? And it wasn't the sort of place that she would work. I've got to be honest, it wasn't the sort of place I would work. Anyhow, we had a little chat and got my sandwich, and I went back to the office. I think I must have looked like white as sheet when I walked in. My current colleague, who I'd been talking to, said to me, You all right? You look rather white and disturbed. And I told her that I'd seen this person that I've been talking about. And I don't know who was more shocked, my colleague or myself. I actually sat in the car at lunch and had my sandwich. I cried because I wasn't used to this, but I remember that experience like it was yesterday, as we all remember our experiences like they were yesterday. But that was the start of me with my psychic connections, and then gradually a bit more happened. I used to be a nighttime driver, and I used to get customers in my car, and I dropped them off to their destinations, and I'd ask them something, and whatever I said to them, they connected. They turned to me and they said, How did you know that? I said, I don't, it's just come into my head. I mean, we all get sense, but I was getting this over and over again. And I said to somebody, I picked somebody up once, and they said, Oh, it's my birthday. And whatever they looked, I said, What are you, 27 or something? And they said, That's exactly what I am. And then I said, Oh, you want something like a double Jack Daniels with bags of ice? And they froze. That's exactly what I drink. You know, you can come up with all sorts of drink names and versions, but to get it spot on, I was doing this all the time for years and years, and it made me realise that I've got quite a bit of mediumship in me and I can connect to people. What's happened to me in recent times is things will drop on the floor, and it's usually a sign that something is about to happen. So, my message is to a lot of you, or any of you, is if you feel disconnected, or if you feel that you don't know whether your loved ones are okay if they've passed, listen out and look out for these little signs. They're all messages. They will comfort you. My stepfather, he died years ago, and he was the bane of my life. He was my rock. He was one of my greatest guiders ever. I miss him so much. But one of the songs that was played at his funeral, every time I'm having a down moment or bad things or depression, or I have a phone call and it's not gone in the direction that I want it to, or I want something to happen and it doesn't happen, and bet you a dollar that that song will start to play on the radio, not at the request of the DJ. I haven't rung in to ask it to be played, but it's played. How uncanny is that? It's almost like my dad reaching out through the spirit world, because everything's meant to happen, and he's reaching out, getting getting that record to play to calm me down, to tell me that he's there. It's okay. You'll get through this. Something will happen. Something will turn up. I feel like it's a message. I feel like we get messages from the spirit world or from the Lord all the time. And if I'm dropping something on the floor, it tells me something's about to happen, or it's possibly saying, yes, don't do that, or listen to your instincts. And I was going to do something today, and something dropped on the floor, and I thought, no, I won't do that because it's all the Lord is saying, no, don't do that. It's not the right thing to do. And it turned out it wasn't the right thing to do. But sometimes you'll drop on the floor, and I'll say to my husband, something's about to happen, or somebody's about to ring, and if I do a phone call, I'll go upstairs and I'll find that, yes, the phone rings just moments later. And sometimes something will catch my coat in the kitchen, like a handle on the cupboard, and it'll stop me doing something. And it's as if the spirits or the Lord is saying, no, don't do that, or this is about to happen. I remember a year or two back, we were both ill, and a couple of days before, I went into the front room and one of my pets had ransacked part of the shopping. I didn't know they'd got in the room, and the bread was in shreds all over the floor. 2 days later, we were rushed into hospital, and that was the mess on the floor. It was a message to say something worrying or something emergency is about to happen. So listen out and look out for those things. Yes, you might feel like you're walking on eggshells. No, it might not happen to everybody. That's what happens to me. And it's the same as when I get into my car. The central locking will go click, 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 click. And then the next minute, we're stuck in a traffic jam. We see an emergency around the corner. It's a message to say, watch out, look out, what's about to be around the corner. So look out for these things happening and listen out for these messages, because it's your loved ones or the Lord trying to connect with you and trying to pre-warn you or trying to give you guidance. Don't be afraid to face them and listen to them. I'll be back with more videos to try and help you forward. Thank you for listening. As always, yours, Morgan.